There's another issue percolating up on the Hill that could play into the midterms, and that's our favorite Democrats, Rangel and Waters, and their ethics problems. What impact is that going to have? What's going to happen when Congress gets back?
Well, it's interesting because listening to this debate, what I've been told by Democrats is that they don't really want this election. They don't really want this election to even be about health care. They really don't want it to be about immigration. But now they really, really don't want to have this election be about ethics issues. And that's exactly what that's exactly how things are shaping up at this moment.
So that's three strikes.
Exactly. They're facing a tough re-election anyway. They have two of their most senior lawmakers facing ethics trials that will be public this September. It's a lot of drama that they were hoping to avoid. The best hope at this point is that Congresswoman Waters and Congressman Rangel reach some sort of settlement with the Ethics Committee, but that's looking very unlikely at this point. I was told by a Waters aide yesterday. Yes, I was told by a Waters aide yesterday that she is not about to accept any settlement that would include admitting any wrongdoing. So it's a steep uphill climb.
Jeff, remember Dan Rostenkowski? I mean, he was going to fight too. I mean, and he did. I mean, these guys, they've if they feel like they've got a legacy to defend, and
Right.
This is politics as usual.
And some would say, they're putting themselves first before their party first, but they do have a legacy to defend, and innocent until proven guilty. But interestingly, is I travel across the country. I was in Ohio yesterday.
I was Ohio yesterday.
It was great, as always.
Did you
Ohio,
have a fair?
I did, the Medina County County Fair, 2 corn dogs. But interestingly, Charlie Rangel becomes an issue.
In Ohio?
In Ohio. I'm interviewing Jim Renacci, who's running against John Bocherry, who's one of the most vulnerable freshman members of Congress. Someone came up to him and said, you need to make Charlie Rangel an issue in this election. So here we are in Medina County, Ohio, and people are talking about Charlie Rangel. That's why it's a problem. He has called on Congressman Bocherry to return contributions that Congressman Rangel has given him. He's not yet done that. So that's why it matters, because these things are echoing in races across the country.
Okay, so we've got Rangel, Waters.
Right.
And what else is going to cause problems now? And you've already said 3 strikes. We
Yes.
haven't even gotten to the economy or Afghanistan.
Yes, but the reality
Almost
is
up to a full strike.
we should talk about what Democrats want to be
Full
talking
House,
about,
change
and
metaphors.
that is jobs. They want to be talking about the economy. They want to be out there talking about their new Made in America manufacturing agenda. That they're hoping that the next if they stay in control, they say they will go at that 100% to try and continue improving the economy. But when you have these distractions, such as Rangel, Waters, and then these lawsuits that crop up that bring up these contentious issues, it blurs the message that Democrats are trying to get out there.
Jen, I think one thing that's interesting, August a year ago was really the time when a lot of Democrats woke up and saw the discontent. One question I have is it possible that was slightly good for some Democrats? Because it shook them awake and they really started raising money and they started getting their campaigns together. So I'm anxious to see at the end of August this year to see exactly how the public reacts to them. But I think Democrats maybe have one thing going in their favor. The surprise factor is not there that was there in 1994. They know exactly what's coming.
Yeah.
Now, some of them are going to lose their seats, no question, but they did get an early warning sign, more than a year ago. Let's watch to see how August plays out across the country.
Actually, campaign officials have told me that August did scare candidates, and so they got their ground operation up and running about a year ago, which is, they say that in past elections they would start getting their ground operation, getting people going door to door right around this time before an election. Now they've been organizing for almost a year, and they say that's going to give them a big advantage over Republicans.
But you can't organize your way out of a bad economy.
I know we were going to end it here, but I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't talk about your page 1 above the fold story on Sunday. That some of these Democrats really don't want the president to help them out either.
It's really a striking thing. They want one thing from this president. They want him to raise money for them. But, not so long ago, in the last 2 election cycles, Barack Obama could go any place he went across the country. Red state Democrats would invite him to campaign for them. Now, every time he comes into a state, the Democratic candidates go running. He really has never been in this position before, and there's nothing they can do but, just sort of suck it up and try and help the party as they can.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Next week, if you've been out on the road, bring back a funnel cake.
Will do.
Or whatever. Jill, thanks very much.
Thank you.